Hello and welcome. As a hotel AI expert with deep experience in modern hospitality operations, I'm genuinely pleased to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. We're really looking forward to supporting your professional growth in this dynamic industry. Think of this as a guide specifically for you, the future leaders of hospitality. Whether you're aiming to manage a boutique hotel or a global chain, understanding how to truly nurture a partnership, well, it's a critical skill. What we're about to cover isn't just theory from a textbook. It's a practical guide to help you avoid those common pitfalls and really maximize the value of every single collaboration you enter. So let's start with the big question. What exactly is the partnership lifecycle? It's easy to think of a partnership as just a signed contract, something you file away in a drawer, right? But I want you to completely forget that idea. Instead, picture it as a living, breathing thing. It gets born, it grows, it matures, and eventually it reaches a point where its future has to be decided. And successfully guiding it through that entire evolution, well, that's how you unlock its real power. All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll touch on why partnerships are always evolving. Then, we're going to dive deep into the 4 key stages. That's initiation, development, maturity, and finally, that crucial renewal or exit phase. I promise, by the end of this, you'll be looking at your partnerships in a completely new way. So why is this so important? I mean, really, think about it for a second. That tech partner who was the absolute best 5 years ago, they might be totally behind the curve today. Or that local tour operator you've worked with forever, maybe they just got a new owner who has completely different goals. See, if you're just reacting to these things as they happen, you're already behind. This lifecycle model, it's like a proactive playbook. It gives you the tools to manage these changes before they manage you. Okay, let's jump into stage 1, initiation. Think of it like this. When you build a hotel, everything depends on the foundation, right? It's the exact same idea here. The foundation you lay in this stage determines the strength and stability of the entire partnership. This is all about careful, deliberate planning. Believe me, this is one place you absolutely cannot afford to cut corners. You know, you could almost think of this first stage as a kind of strategic courtship. You're not just rushing to sign a deal, you are thoroughly vetting a potential long-term partner. You have to ask the tough questions. Are our goals truly aligned? Are expectations crystal clear on both sides? And the communication, yeah, it's a bit structured and cautious here, but for a good reason. You haven't earned that deep trust yet. Honestly, the single biggest mistake people make is rushing this stage. It's where most future problems are born. Now, it's really crucial to understand what we mean by performance at this stage. We're not talking about revenue or ROI just yet, not at all. It's about the performance of the process itself. Did we build a solid framework? Did we get everyone to agree on what success looks like 6 months down the road? Think of it this way. You're building the machine right now that's going to generate all those great results later on. And this insight from Europe Hotel School London really hits the nail on the head. Discipline and diligence in this first phase, they're totally non-negotiable. It's a serious investment for sure, but it's one that pays huge dividends through every single stage of the partnership. All right, so the foundation is solid, the blueprints are approved. Now it's time to actually start building. Welcome to stage 2, development. This is the exciting part. This is where all that careful planning finally gets put into action and you start to see the collaboration really come to life. So during this development phase, you're actually launching those joint initiatives. Maybe it's a new marketing campaign or you're rolling out a shared tech platform. You're testing your processes, seeing what works and what doesn't. And evaluating those early results is absolutely vital. But you know what the most important thing is here? Flexibility. You have to be ready and willing to adapt as you figure out how to work together in the real world. Naturally, your management focus has to shift now. It's not about planning anymore. It's all about active monitoring. The questions you should be asking are things like, are we hitting our early milestones? Where are the friction points? The whole goal here is constant, smart course correction based on what you're learning in real time. So you've made it through the inevitable growing pains of the development phase. And now, the partnership is really hitting its stride. This is stage 3 maturity. You can think of this as the peak of the life cycle. That machine you built back in stage 1, it's now running at full capacity, and it's delivering real, tangible, strategic value. What does a mature partnership look like? Well, first and foremost, it's stable. Everyone's roles and responsibilities are crystal clear, no confusion. A deep, genuine trust has been established, which just makes everything run so much smoother. And most importantly, the partnership is delivering consistent, predictable value for everyone involved. This is the goal. This is what you've been working so hard to achieve. And because everything is so stable, your whole approach to performance management can evolve again. You're moving way beyond simple monitoring. Now you get to ask the big, exciting questions like, how can we optimize this process to get even better results? What brand new opportunities could we explore together? It's a fundamental shift, really, from just maintaining the partnership to actively innovating within it. And this quote just captures it perfectly, doesn't it? Reaching the maturity stage isn't the finish line, it's the prize. It's the point where all of your careful planning and your active management truly pay off. This is where you generate the absolute highest strategic returns for your hotel. But let's be real. Nothing lasts forever, right? The market is always shifting, corporate strategies change, new leaders come in with totally new priorities. And this inevitability of change, well, it leads every single partnership to a critical inflection point. And that brings us to our final stage, which is all about a critical decision point. This is where you have to consciously, strategically, decide the future of the entire collaboration. It really is a fork in the road with two very different paths ahead. Down one path, you've got renewal. And this isn't just about let's keep doing what we're doing. No, it's about proactively redefining your objectives, maybe even expanding the scope, and really re-energizing the whole collaboration for a new chapter. Then, down the other path, you have exit. And listen, this is so important. An exit is not a failure. A successful exit is a planned, respectful process that ends the collaboration on good professional terms. So, how do you make that choice? This part is absolutely critical. It can't be based on just habit or, well, we've always worked with them. It can't be based on sentiment. Your performance management system has to give you the cold, hard, objective data you need to make a clear-eyed decision. Does the data scream renewal? Or does it clearly indicate that it's time to respectfully part ways? The data should lead the way. Okay, let's pull all of this together now. We've just walked through the entire life cycle, haven't we? All the way from that cautious first meeting to a huge strategic decision point. Once you really understand this journey, I guarantee it will change how you view partnerships forever. So here it is, the whole journey in a nutshell. You start with initiation, where you're so careful about laying that foundation. Then you move into development, where you're activating the plan and learning as you go. Next, you hit that sweet spot of maturity, optimizing and innovating. And finally, you arrive at that strategic choice, renewal or exit. The real key takeaway here is that your management style has to be flexible and adapt to each and every one of these stages. And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. When you have this life cycle awareness, a partnership stops being just a static contract you stick in a filing cabinet. It becomes what it was always meant to be, a dynamic, living, strategic asset, one that you can actively manage and evolve right alongside your hotel's core strategy. So I'll leave you with a question, something to help you apply this knowledge directly. Go ahead and think about the partnerships and collaborations you're involved with right now. Using this framework we just walked through, can you pinpoint which stage each one is in? And here's the bigger question. Which of your current partnerships is ready to move to its next stage?